We lost one of our cats on Friday night. Daisy. She was hit by a car. It's been so horrendous this weekend. My daughter's cat, the youngest, got Socks, you know Socks, that sits with me. She's fine. So Friday night, came home from work. Everyone came home from work, school. She was in. I fed her, and she went out. And she goes out, and there's times that she stayed out. And in our front garden, we've got like conifers, and she likes to sit in there and sleep there if the weather's all right. So before I went to bed, I was shouting her in. She wouldn't come in, and I presumed she was in the conifers. And then in the morning, my daughter woke me up. She was at work and she was ringing me, saying that a cat had been found deceased on the corner of our road where we live. And I knew straight away it was her. So they posted it on the community where I live that they found this cat, white with a grey tail. And then me and my other daughter, my youngest daughter, was trying to ring her to see, you know, if it was her. And then they didn't reply. It was agonising. And eventually, come on, she replied. So my daughter was at work. She was in a terrible mess because it's her little baby. And the neighbours that found her, like 4 doors away from us. So we had to go down. And pick her up. I'm doing this really clearly tonight. Last night I was in a terrible mess. I wouldn't have been able to do this video last night. So went to the house in the morning. Me, my daughter, and my eldest daughter's boyfriend. So this neighbour had spotted Daisy. Come on, no. on the road near our house and picked her up. Obviously, she was deceased, and took her in. And then they posted it on Facebook community. And then we didn't see it. Well, my daughter didn't see it till in the morning. And then when she woke up in the morning, Daisy still wasn't here, and she was shouting. And usually when she stays out, she comes in. So she panicked, and then it was her. So I had to go and knock on the neighbour's house. It was so bad. But the people the gentlemen that got her, they were so lovely. They were so lovely, and they were so heartbroken as well. I mean, obviously, I was at the door with my daughter and my daughter's boyfriend, and we were, so upset. And he went and got her, and I still didn't believe it until I saw her, and they'd wrapped her up. Oh my God. It was, oh my God. I was so dreading my daughter coming home because she was at work. I was worried about her driving because she was in such a mess. And we brought her home, and then I transferred her into this nice cozy blanket that she liked to sleep on. But she looked like she was just fast asleep. She wasn't badly injured. We're thinking that she was hit, but not in a bad way. And the shock killed her. She maybe had a cardiac arrest or something, because she's still so young. She was 2. She would have been 3 this year. And she looked so beautiful. But to see my daughter so distressed was awful. She was the most sassy cat. You probably see her on my videos if you go back. I used to call her my Snow Queen. She has 6 babies. They were so beautiful, and she gave birth to them all by herself. And we were so proud of her. And we all survived. Sorry. And then, it was such a joy to share that with her, with all the little kittens. And eventually we had to rehome them. Not rehomed them, but, And then she was just so funny and had her own little mind. And even last week, on Wednesday, I went to work and I left the house, and she was out, and I didn't realise she was following me down the road. And I turned the corner to go to another road, and I looked across to make sure no cars were coming, and she was literally sat in the middle of the road, and I had to take her back home. But she was so funny, trotting along and no care in the world. She wasn't afraid of anything. The special roads, she was just didn't have a care in the world. And it's been so hard. Yesterday was so bad. And with me, I'm in my 50s and I've had pets growing up. I've had pets with my children. And all of them have all died of old age. And I think what's hit hard is because she was so young and so vibrant. I think that's why it's been so hard, because she was a joy. And pets, they're a family, aren't they? A family member. She was a joy. Every morning when I got up, when I come home from work, my daughter adored her, my other daughter adored her, my son adored her. We had different relationships with her. My son used to play with her, where she got to the point where she was like so mad, but in a funny way, but not in a, you know what I mean? She used to get wound up and she'd like pin her ears back, and then she'd lie on my other daughter, my youngest one. Absolutely loved her. And my oldest daughter, which was her cat, I followed her everywhere. And me being grandma, I was grandma. I used to feed her and make sure she was all right. And when she had a baby, we had to get her sterilised, and we had to put this little suit on her. Grandma was in charge of that. All these memories we've got with her. And I just can't believe that she's not here anymore. And yesterday was awful. I cried nearly all day. I was trying to keep it together for my daughter, the one whose Kate was, and my youngest daughter, because obviously she's still quite young and it's a grief process. My son was away at his girlfriend's, but he kept messaging saying, I hope you're all right. And we didn't sleep much last night. And every time I go outside, it's so hard, because she used to run around at the garden, and I used to chase her, and we have little toys in the garden, and she'd jump over the fence. If it was in the garden, she'd jump over and come running over. There's so many memories of her, and I really can't believe that she's not here anymore. And I've been so mad today, because I hate the fact that we were so happy with her, and she was so vibrant, and she was a joy to us, and she's been took away so fast. It's like we weren't allowed to have her anymore. Absolutely gutted. I lost my Lucy, and we lost little Gus, a hamster, but they were old and they lived the life. They got to the stage of a pet where it was their time. I know when I was younger, we had Sandy, me Labrador, when I was at home, and we had Benson, the other cat. He died of old age, and I think because she's so young, this is why it's hit so hard, because it just she was such a joy. I used to say that she shouldn't have been a cat, she should have been human. I used to always say that. And I'm just a bit numb. I don't know if you can hear it. So today's been a bit numb. We went out for Sunday lunch today just to try and cheer us up a little bit. Get us out of the house. I didn't eat anything yesterday. I couldn't eat. That's why I'm having this now. I didn't eat much yesterday, and I've only had a roast dinner at dinner time. I'm just so gutted. And I'm sorry it's so sad, this video. I was going to share it with you last night. But I just feel so bad for my daughter because she loved her so much. We all did, but to see her so upset like that yesterday was horrific. And the family that found her, they were so lovely yesterday morning. It must have been hard for them as well, you know. The husband found her. I think he was driving home and he spotted her, and then they took her in their house, and that must have been hard for them. They're wonderful people and very kind. Just bit my lip. Oh, God. The thing with having pets is this: when you lose them, you want them in your life, and then you have this trauma. The house feels so low. And the socks, where is she? Oh, she's here. She's there. They want the best of friends, but they tolerated each other at the end. Well, this one, Daisy was so sassy and she didn't care, and she'd just go up to Socks and, hi, how are you? You know, that kind of thing. She was so innocent and so vulnerable. I'm so gutted. But I know things happen for a reason. And I know I'm mad. And it's so unfair that you get something in your life that you're happy with and then it just gets taken away. But I'm so happy that she came into our lives as she did. And we had the honour of being there when she had her babies, and like I said before, I will never forget her, ever. I'm so sorry this is like a bit of a somber video, but I just wanted to share it with you, and just been so sad. I've enjoyed my burger, by the way, as always. Like I said, I didn't eat at all yesterday. I couldn't eat. When I'm stressed, I can't eat. So I've had to sort of fill up today. So I went to that for our Sunday roast. It was so nice. Life is so hard sometimes. But we'll get through it. We have to. And then today, we had this little thing posted through the letterbox, which is so weird as well. A cat that's gone missing near me. Please check your sheds and garages, gardens. He's very timid and easily frightened. So that's another family that's going through trauma with a cat. It looks like my socks. Anyway, let's hope he's found and he's safe. And I'm sorry this is so sad, but I just wanted to share it with you. I hope you don't mind. And I know we'll get through this, but just if you've got pets and cats and dogs and whatever you've got, they're a joy. As much as humans and family members are, the family members too.